Hello, welcome to PrestoCon. Thanks for attending this session. My name is Fal Diabate, and I'll cover Intel commitment to open source and the work we're doing together to make it pervasive in all kinds of industries. Question for you, what do all these companies have in common? You're right, open source software. If your answer was Intel, you've been equally right. Though Intel works very closely with all of these companies and many more, but the common denominator among all of them is open source, as they use it as the engine of innovation. So how does Intel participate into this whole movement? Well, as a manufacturer of electronic devices that empower the world's computing, storage, and networking solution out there, our contribution will naturally start at the lowest level of the stack. And so we work on the lowest level, such as the kernel, drivers, and firmwares. We collaborate very closely with industry standards such as the Linux Foundation to ensure that we have less fragmentation. We work very closely with commercial companies and customers to ensure that those solutions are robust and enterprise ready. And we collaborate with academia to ensure that the next level of the next generation of developers rather are very versed in using open source software. Another way of talking about our contribution is to say that all the code that we provide in open source get upstream into the different projects out there. This is just a sample of some of those projects. And the upstream code get consumed and utilized by many companies out there that you see on the right-hand side. We use to develop a product to solve business problems. Some of those companies at the enterprise level will create we create a software to solidify the infrastructure. Others will use it to build robust databases. And one of those companies, just to pick on one of them, is Ahana, which develop commercial product based on PrestoDB. Ahana is at the conference today. I encourage you to go visit them. You may learn a thing or two about their solution. So go visit their booth and also their keynote. And as you can see, Intel commitment to open source is real. We've been doing this for many years. It's not a fashion for us. It is something to stay, to provide choices to customers. The Linux kernel itself, and many will say, is the starting point of this large movement that is all over today, was built on Intel architecture. In 1991, Linus, as a student, started what became the Linux kernel. He invited pretty much everybody in the industry to contribute to the code. Intel took that to heart. We became today number one or number two contributor to the kernel. Fast forward to today, you have many projects we're involved in, but I wanted to single out one specifically, and that's the One API project that Intel is sponsoring and pushing out there. And this is the unified programming across multiple architecture project, which is industry-based, which is open to everybody. It allows developers and the architect to develop their code on multiple architecture and get near native performance on each of them. So whether you're developing on CPU or you're developing for GPU or accelerator or FPGA, this project is there for you. Call to action to you is this: let's continue to work together and collaborate to make open source pervasive again and to provide more choices to customers. Please visit 01.org and software.intel.com to learn more about what Intel is doing specifically in the industry and what we're doing together to make open source a reality again for everybody and to keep that engine of innovation alive. Thank you very much for listening. Enjoy the rest of the conference.